Yeah,
kind of control.
So when we're hitting these bunker shots, I think the right hand being soft is extremely important. Because now we're going to have that natural loft on the club.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about, when we strengthen the grip, tendency is to want to bottom out here. So how we're going to make adjustments is we're really going to slide through it and try and push it forward.
Yeah.
If we have that weak right hand, I even sometimes go weaker than I would ever play with other shots. And that way, we feel like when we're trying to hit it high, I like to feel like the club is almost just doing this. It's just lifting. And then even on post-impact, same thing. So we're going to go, it's straight up, let that bounce work, even more important in the sand than in other spots. And we want to get aggressive. And really feel like we let that club release. So if we have it back here, the tendency is to want to drag the handle, and that's when we often hit it times too fat or too thin when you get afraid and we start to kind of release up. So let's work on that a little bit. So setup, I want to be neutral. We're still going to have weight a lot more forward. So you're probably going to be maybe even 80-20 on these bunker shots. That's going to be your feeling. And the main thing about bunker shots, so once you dig yourself in that little base, you have now immediately already put yourself below the sand. So there's no more guessing game of, well, how much do I need to dig? How much do I need to go down and get it? Exactly. So you've gotten yourself an inch below the sand. So now we're just doing a stock high pitch shot. Excellent. So even more so, let's get that weight on that left side and keep it there. So there was a little bit of a transfer into the back, and that's going to make it hard to get this consistent bottoming out point.
That at all.
So just like we did on the full swing, imagine that golf ball is behind you, and we can't get into that outside arch. Same thing as your full swing, we need to get that right hand weaker. Because with that right hand is also controlling the loft and where you're bottoming out. So that first one, we just bottomed out behind the ball. And that was because we had a little bit too strong of a grip, the natural tendency, want to fall back there. So let's get that right hand more on top of it. And then let's talk about the design of a wedge. So you got the leading edge here, and then you got the bounce. I'm a big fan of using the bounce. So an analogy I like to use is, this is the front wheels of the airplane, the bounce is the back wheels of the airplane. Let's always land it on the back wheels. Never want to come in with that leading edge. And what that's going to do, especially on this tighter turf, out here, we can get a little too diggy, right? I mean, that's probably one of the toughest things about chipping out here. The fine fescue grass isn't too forgiving, so we need to make sure that we're using that bounce a little more properly. So on these next few, I want you to really feel like we just kind of thud those back wheels into the ground. It's a little softer right hand, and with doing that too, we're not necessarily letting that club flip and start getting reverse here, but that left shoulder needs to keep moving through, and that's what will deliver the club to the ball and kind of get that bounce working a little better. So let's give that a shot.